All right, Marty. Well, it's great to have you back on the podcast again, and I'm excited to dive back into just some great stuff that people can buy for their loved ones as we head into the holiday season. How's your year been so far?
It's been good, bud. Thanks for having me again. One of my favorite holiday traditions. Look forward to this every year. So I'm feeling good about this list this year. I did my homework.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's the best yet.
Yeah,
it's.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are losing sleep over it, but we're excited to get in. And I'm going to kick off. I need to go back and just apologize for all the gift guides that we have done. And we've never given Christmas cards a fair representation. And, you know, we're adults. You know, like kids, you don't expect kids to value Christmas cards, but everybody's always, you know, just throwing the Christmas card at the side of the room and they're not valuing it. And I'm here to say for the first ever time that I think on your gift guide, you should think about the card. And a friend of mine, Dry Fly John, came out with a really great Christmas card that's fish related. It's got a Mike Tyson on it. And I think that if you're putting together some gifts for some people who love to fish, check out Dry Fly John's card. Check out some other artists. See if they got some cards. Don't overlook the card, people. That's what I'm trying to. That's the message that I want to see get out right out the bat.
Yeah, we're at that age now. You know, we've grown up. It's Christmas card time. Yeah.
Are you a big card guy?
No, but I got married last year, so I had. I guess when you get married, like you're immediately into the Christmas card game. So we sent one out last year, my first one, and I guess I'm in that for life now, which I don't know how I feel about it, but, you know, if it makes her happy, I guess I can do it.
Well, don't overlook the card, people. Let's start level one, as always, with some simple stuff, some stocking stuffers. I'll go first. Something that I think that you can throw in someone's stocking. Look, people don't need more candy. Most people don't need more candy. Most people don't need any candy. You know, we got enough cavities. We got an obesity epidemic. You know, before you just start throwing sugary treats into people's stockings, you know, I think you should consider getting them something that nobody ever has too many of, which is a good pair of pliers. Mm-hmm. And a great price pair of pliers is the Dano Pliers. They got a lot of different prices, styles, and they have hundreds of designs. So if you want to get, especially even if you're looking at getting a kid something, you can get a fun design. You can have fun with it and throw some pliers in the stocking stuffer, and you can't go wrong with that. Nobody is. Now, if you're going to own 8, you're going to never have them with you, but it's still nice to have, you know. You're going to always leave them at home.
That's a great call too. And for the value, you're getting a really good plier without, having to break the bank too much. So I like that call a lot.
Yeah. And they just came out with one with Skinny Water Culture that looks really good. It's my favorite looking of all their line. And, especially like, man, you know, you're trying to figure out what to throw in your kids or your husband or your wife's stocking. Yeah, throw that in. What do you got for stocking stuffers?
My first one is O'Keeffe's hand cream or foot cream. So you may have seen it at like a CVS or a drugstore, but it's like a hand salve that like I've spent days on a skiff, you know, out in the sun, like standing on a bow, and just like by day 2 or 3, if you're on a pretty serious fishing trip, your feet are just mangled. At least mine are. So especially if you're going somewhere tropical and walk around in sand or wading. So this is like the perfect thing to get your feet or your hands after, you know, casting and stripping line all day back to 100%. So O'Keeffe's hand or foot cream. Working hands is the hand one. But yes, highly recommend.
Yeah, especially for people like you who a big part of your income revenue is foot photos. You know, you got to keep.
Hey man, times are tough. Man.
You got to keep those. We got a link. We'll have a link in the gift guide.
The only toes. Yeah. Got to pay for these gifts one way or the other.
No, that's a great gift. Another thing that you could consider putting in there in that similar front would just be some Sun Bum,
yes,
the sunscreen for your lips. Dude, if you are going on some serious fishing trips and you're not wearing a mask or you're not, dude, when you get your lips burnt, that is terrible. So that's a little easy thing to throw in there. They can throw it in their, hopper and just have it for when they need it. And it doesn't happen to me often, but when it does, it's never
Yep.
fun. Another one that I have too, just to throw a second out there that's kind of similar. This is a fun, small one, but just I think we have a theme of like giving people stuff that's actually going to make their fishing trips a little more enjoyable. Is the element hydration packs that you can throw in water. This is going to sound like an ad, and I have no affiliation with this company, but a lot of those hydration packets have a ton of junk in them, or they have a ton of sugar.
Right.
And so most of us are not like waking up thinking, how am I going to get all my sugar in today? Like, I need to make sure I hit my sugar goal. So with these, though, like these hydration packs, they got potassium and magnesium and sodium, and they help you get hydrated, stay hydrated. They taste good. And I started kind of switching over to that. And I noticed, honestly, too, for me, it'll help me drink a little bit more water because it tastes good.
Right.
So the Element is the brand that I'm going to recommend, but no matter what somebody's brand is, I think some hydration packs are a great thing to throw into a stocking. What do you got?
I got this is an easy one, but everybody likes a good hot sauce. And my dad got me on this one called iguana sauce. He sent it to me one time, and I told him I loved it, which I do. It's a great habanero based hot sauce. It's called like the triple X hot. It's not that hot, but it is delicious. And now he sends it to me every year in a 6-pack, so I have like at least 4 packs in the basement. I'm not complaining, but it's a great hot sauce, and hot sauce is just most guys I would hope are like hot sauce, so it's a great thing to throw in a stocking for a parent or a friend or even yourself. So can't go
stock
wrong.
up on your hot sauce. Yeah, your hot sauce cellar.
Yes,
Whenever you go over to Marty's house, he says, "Let me take you down here. Let me show you. This is a beautiful '89."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love messing around with different hot sauces and things like that. I think that's a great idea to throw in there. My next one is a hat light. And I remember getting these as kids, and I started thinking about, what do I want in my stocking? And the little tiny hat lights that you can just throw on the top of your hat. You don't have to get a super expensive one, but those are really nice when it's, especially during the wintertime, we don't have as much sun. It's early morning, later in the night. You're trying to rig up a boat. You're trying to do whatever. And you could just, instead of like trying to do the thing with your iPhone or holding the flashlight in your mouth or having to perfectly like work around not casting a shadow from your truck, whatever it is, I think a simple clip-on hat light is a good one. And then I also saw that there's one called the Claymore Cap'n, I think is what it's called. But that's a rechargeable one. So if you really want to go all out, you get somebody a rechargeable one so that they don't have to keep replacing the batteries. But I think a good old-fashioned hat light is a good one to throw in there.
Smart. I got another one. It's sort of on the hand the hand and feet care realm, but my wife got me this last year in the stocking, and it's a Mackenzie's Fisherman Scrub. It's a hand wash to get like a fish odor out of your hand. So like if you've been dealing with bait all day or throwing a cast net, or for me, like, sometimes I'm cooking lobsters all day and breaking them down, and it is like just the gnarliest smell that like you just sometimes you feel like you can't get out of your hand. So this is like a scrub, great for like you're captain or you're a guide and you're dealing with bait. But it's awesome. It's like instantly better, if you're dealing with fish all day. So Mackenzie's Fisherman Scrub, highly recommend.
It's a good one. Here's another one. Maybe you're fishing all day and you get done a little early and you need a little recharge nap. One of the things that I bought last year was a packable hammock. I didn't get an Eno. I got the Costco version.
Nice.
But they make a lot of affordable packable hammocks, and I think that most of them would fit into a stocking. You don't have to spend $70, $80. You can find an affordable one. and take a packable hammock and put it in their stocking, and you can keep it in the truck, and you never know when you need a nap. I think that's a great way to just be able to have something ready to go. You
Yep.
got a couple extra hours of downtime, slip one of those on, and I've had a lot of fun. I didn't know how much I would use it, and I wouldn't say I use it all the time. It's not like a hobby, but it's certainly something that there's been a few times where I got like 2 hours to kill, and I can throw out a hammock and just lay down, get horizontal, and just take a little breather.